Good evening. Yes, you're over there. Welcome to the live stream. And it's been since New Year since I last chatted to you guys. So, and in true live fashion, just making sure things are working okay, I thought I would come and say Happy New Year. Yeah, we did do a live on New Year's Eve, working up to the midnight Big Ben bongs. Which I do every year, and I do it with Gaby. But this year, of course, we've decided to do it slightly different, but more about that a little bit later on. If you are watching this on replay, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. It does help me out enormously. It's a Q&A. We're talking about some of the videos that are coming up. All things travel related. Come and say hello. Obviously, I've got to say hello. And once again, thank you for the amazing support from the channel members. Hopefully, you can hear me okay, because last time we did this, I had a few niggling problems. And the reason why I was a little bit late tonight was because I was trying to sort this thing out that you can see on the screen, because it doesn't always work correctly. It can be very frustrating. Anyway, Dan, good evening. Hello. Thank you so much for the support. Happy New Year to Rachel. Is it weird to say New Year now? Happy New Year? I guess it is a little bit. Hello from Canada. Hope you're good. We can hear you, Mr. Cyberheart says. Brilliant. That is fantastic. Okay, so very good evening, Beverly. Gaby will be joining me. She'll just briefly pop in a little bit later. She's just feeding Casper at the moment. He's having his tea. He's had a very busy day. Have you dyed your eyebrows? See, this is what I love about having a Q&A, because we can talk about the most randomest things. No. Does it look like I have? Do I brush my eyebrows? That should be a more important question. Yes, don't you? Especially when you get bushy eyebrows, you kind of have to. So we're going to talk about some videos that are coming up on the channel, especially this weekend, because I'm very excited to share with you some of the videos that are coming up this weekend and then moving forward over the next couple of weeks. Don't forget to come and say hello. Tell us where you're watching from as well. It's always great to hear from you. And also what I love to hear from you guys is what was the first video that you saw and the reason why you hit that subscribe button, because feedback is always good. And we'll talk about some of the worst rated hotels, why maybe I don't do so many of those, and what kind of videos are coming up on the channel this year. So come and say hello. I've got to say, wow, thanks so much to Colour and Chat with Joanne. I made it a 6-hour surgery. I made it a 6-hour surgery. Let's celebrate. Thank you so much for the support. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Am I a bit naive there? Thank you, Craig. Yay, a whole 2 years. Respect for your channel membership, Craig. Just move that up like that. Foster's Life. Hi, Tim. Love the videos. Thanks for the support. Hello to Alan Jones this evening. I do love this because we can actually see your little faces come up on the screen as well. I'm shocked. I haven't been shocked for ages. And bearing in mind, when I am shocked, there's a legitimate reason why I am. So it isn't clickbait. And someone said to me the other day, oh, it's just clickbait. Well, you put a video up and put I am shocked. It doesn't mean that people are going to watch it. You have to back it up with the reason why you are. And the last video that I was shocked was obviously that video in Switzerland. If you didn't see it, I visited the world's most expensive town where all the shops were designer shops. The hotel was ridiculously expensive. There was a bottle of cognac in the window that, I can't remember how much it was. Was it £180,000, something like that? But talking of expensive things, there is a video that's coming up on the channel this weekend, which is going to be the most expensive hotel stay that I've ever done. And I wonder if you think it will live up to its expectations. All I can say is, and if you follow Gaby on her social media, it was an impressive stay, I'm not going to lie. And the welcome they gave us was equally impressive. But that's all I'm going to say. It's a hotel in London that's cost over £1 billion to build. Over £1 billion. Now I know that I stayed at Raffles, which was around about that cost, but this actually costs slightly over £1 billion. So it'll be interesting to see what you think of the video that's coming up. That's coming up on Sunday. Thank you, Craig. He's doing all right. Yeah, he was. He's been a little bit under the weather, as we all have, really, and I'm sure most of us if you're living anywhere in the UK, around the world, you've got the lurgy that's going around, cold, flu and all that. I was in bed for 2 days. I had the flu jab this year because I thought to myself, do you know what? I don't want to get the flu again because I seem to get it a lot. Gaby never seems to get the flu. It's always me. And I'm in bed with it for like 2-3 days. So I got the flu jab, hoping I wouldn't get it. And then what happened? I got it really bad. Any visits to Shanghai, says Shana. I haven't yet, but Singapore is going to be coming up soon. And there is some very exciting videos that I can't wait to share with you coming up from Singapore. It's my first time going there, so that will be interesting. We're also going to be going back to the Canaries. As you know, I've got a big love of the Canary Islands. I absolutely love the Canaries. I always think it's a great, cheap winter destination. And basically, what's going to be coming up is a video that I can't wait to do. It's going to be crazy. Hang on. There you go. It's going to be crazy how I'm trying to film this all on my own, but the idea is I'm going to visit every single Canary Island, and I'm going to do it within about 5 days if I can. Or however many Canary Islands there are, there's 7 I think. So I'm going to visit 7 Canary Islands in 7 days. And as I do it, I'll be taking you along with me. So it should be good. I know there is some people in the chat that are saying, I can't hear you. If you can lip read, I said that the wrong way around, you need to turn your sound up because I can hear me. Can you hear me? Yeah, thanks very much for that, Jeremy. Yeah, you should do a P&O Norway cruise. P&O cruise is on the card. Hi, Tim. Me and my husband, Dan, love watching your videos. We're watching from Grimsby. How's Grimsby? Love Grimsby. I haven't been to Grimsby for ages. When I first started the channel, obviously, it was a lot of Great British seasides. Leanne Spampamato, thank you so much. Happy New Year to you as well. Good evening. Fun things to do with Tech Sparky. Kay says the weather is bad in Tenerife. The weather's going to be bad here as well, I understand, especially when I'm heading out tomorrow. So I'm not looking forward to that. Although by the time I fly back, the weather should be all right. Chloe, my first video was Under the Piers in Blackpool. Thanks, Chloe, for that. And thank you so much for your super chat. That is going back. That is going back. Yeah, do tell us what your first video that you saw of mine and what made you hit that subscribe button. Thanks, Robbie. I think it's some people, they love doing it. They love to go on someone's stream and go, can't hear you, can't hear you. I'm going to spam that. And then the person who's doing it going, oh, you can't hear me. And spend the whole time talking about it. But luckily, I've got the stream on my phone, so I can just turn the volume up and just double check that you can hear me. Yeah, and I'm not going to get suckered into those names like I did last time. Malta is beautiful. Malta is definitely on the list this year. What do you think about Norway? Love Norway. First video was one in Ladidno. I never know how to say that. Ladidno. Now I'm hooked. Cheers for that, Chris. Appreciate your support. Thank you so much, Barry. Good Lord, where does the time go? You tell me, Barry. And thanks so much for the support. Whisper's just joined Walk With Me Beginner. If you do want to join the community and help support the videos, obviously I've just pinned the details just at the top right there. Big shout out to Daniel. Hope you're well. Just very quickly as well, if there is a Richard in the chat who won my slippers on Christmas Eve, I still haven't got your address, buddy. So I can't send you the slippers without you giving me your address. Okay, so I've sent all the other slippers out, but I need your address. And I know you watch one of Gaby's lives. So Christmas Eve, I gave away some slippers, which we do every Christmas Eve, just for a little bit of fun from all the hotels that I stay. You should see, I'm not going to turn the camera around because it's a right mess, but over there, I could open up like a tuck shop full of hotel accessories. I've got shampoos, I've got combs, hair stuff, shavers, I've got shower gels, I've got slippers. I don't have any bathrobes though. I don't nick any of them. Wouldn't do that. That'd be bad. And plus they would probably know that you're stealing stuff. First video was the volcano erupting and you had to evacuate. Yeah, that was actually this time last year in Iceland. That was a unique experience. The kind of experience where you can't believe it's actually happening. But then when it is happening, as a YouTuber, you're like, after you get over the initial shock, this will make a good video. Just out of interest, how many people can you fit in your shower? 2. Budapest, Hungary, one day. Emilia, yes, good idea. My first video was in Norfolk. Thanks, Project Zorko 4.0. Yeah, I did a lot of videos in Norfolk. Are you going to do a hotel in Chicago? I need to go back to Chicago because my trip in Chicago was a fleeting visit. I understand it's extremely cold in Chicago at the moment, or it has been. Can you do a shopping channel with the stuff? Eugene McGeever. It would be wrong to sell it. It would be wrong. Even though some people would buy some of the stuff that I've actually taken from hotel rooms. If there's any companies out there from these hotels, I don't take the expensive stuff. It's only the free stuff I do take. What do you do for work to be able to afford all these places you stay in? I won the lottery 2 years ago, about £12 million. I'm joking, I am. Some people do actually believe that. Is there any YouTube you'd be keen to collaborate with? Do you know, it's really weird that there was this whole thing of collaborating with YouTubers about 5-10 years ago. And then not many YouTubers really do it anymore. So I guess I would have a couple in mind, but it would be whether it would benefit them or me, because it has to benefit both parties if you want to do a collaboration. And how would that work? Because you either invite someone onto your channel and then you have to invite someone on their channel, and then sometimes it seems a bit weird and the synergy can be off. And I don't know, I would always be open to doing it. Maybe that's something I do this year. Abby says, where are you going next, Tim? So I'm going to Austria to do record a hotel that's coming out next weekend, which is the Sound of Music Hotel. And I've never actually seen the movie. So I'm going to watch it as I head out there on the plane. And I know you might be thinking, that's really weird. How have you never seen The Sound of Music? But I haven't. I've seen all the other like musicals from that era, like, you know, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Mary Poppins, and then Oliver and all that stuff. But I actually have never seen it. Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. Yeah, I'd seen that, but I'd never seen that. I know, it's crazy. How have I not seen that movie? Do you fancy doing a different hotel in Scarborough? No to the Grand. No to the Grand? No the Grand. Debbie, what do you mean? Not quite sure what you mean by that. What is the best hotel that I've stayed in? Best hotel that I've stayed in at this point still is Raffles in Doha. I can't wait as we go in there this summer, says Wendy. Was that the Canaries, Wendy? Big Sean is in the house. Big Sean, I did see you in Great Yarmouth yesterday, actually, and I don't know whether you saw me, but I did say hello. Wife Helen's been watching since your first ever upload. What video was that? I'm trying to think. It would be great to get to 1,000 thumbs up for the live stream, so if you haven't already, please make sure you do hit the thumbs up. It helps me out enormously. Yes, I did. I thought that was an amazing hotel, and I would go back to New York to re-experience the Plaza if I can. Hey, from Billings in Montana. Is that pretty cold there at the minute? Do you have a nanny for Oscar? It's Casper. We use the mother-in-law most of the time, to be honest. I think Ireland would be a great place to go. Yeah, definitely. There's actually a video that I've kind of just booked now, but it's not, the place isn't actually open. And there is a hotel that is in the Outer Hebrides of Scotland, and it's one of the most remote hotels in the UK. And it's only open in the summer because obviously in the winter it can get a little bit dodgy up there. So I've just looked at booking that, and that does look crazy. Do I join loyalty programs? Do you know what? And this is really stupid of me, because when I first started the channel, no, I didn't. And then I realised I better start joining some of these loyalty programs, because every so often, after you've stayed in a couple of hotels with that hotel group, when you go back, you can get an upgrade, like I did in the video that's coming up very soon. So, yeah. Thelma, thank you so much. Hey, from the US, come to historic Baltimore, Maryland. Have you got any suggestions of where I should stay? Appreciate that, Craig. Thank you so much for your support. It would be great if you could come back to California. How are the fires out there at the minute? Have they put them out yet? Honestly, I've been watching the footage and it just looks absolutely awful. So, you know, if any of you guys are out in California at the moment, I hope it's all going okay for you, and hope you haven't lost too much. Where would you say is the best place you've visited to date, Dave? Well, it depends what you're asking, because I would say the best place that I've visited to date, holiday-wise, would be Fuerteventura. I absolutely love it. If you want the Caribbean, but you don't want to spend the money, and you want a short trip from the UK, Fuerteventura in the Canaries is absolutely beautiful. Quite windy, but it's really nice. Hi Tim, I watch yours, Gabby's and Holly's channels and have done since lockdown. Really enjoy your content. Thanks so much. Have I considered doing a luxury chain? Ben, yes I have. Do you know how expensive they are? I've thought about doing the British Pullman and also some other well-known luxury trains, and the prices for them are insane. Someone was talking about how do I fund these trips. So moving forward, there's some videos that I'm planning to do where prices are extreme. One of those videos that I'm planning to do is going to be going on Singapore Airlines in one of their suites. And by far the most expensive first class ticket I've ever seen. So I will be getting a sponsor on board for that video because I need the help. But yeah, all the videos are funded by me. If not, they're funded by the help with sponsorship on the channel, which is always clearly labelled. So hopefully that will clear you up. But obviously a lot of the money that I make from YouTube, I reinvest into staying into the hotels as well. Whisper, oh, thank you so much for that, Whisper. Evening from Northern Ireland, my other half's birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Connie. Happy birthday, Connie. Thanks for the videos and the entertainment, Tim. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Welcome to the channel, Mandy. Thanks for the support. Have you ever thought about going to Freddie Mercury Hotel in Montreux, as you used to be on the radio? Janet, how did you know I used to be on the radio? Yeah, there is some pretty amazing hotels, like you could stay linked to celebrities, like obviously Elvis, and I think there's a Michael Jackson themed hotel somewhere that somebody sent me, and I was like, that looks really weird. There's also a hotel that a rather famous footballer owns that has been getting some interesting press recently. And I thought I need to go and check that out. I think you might know which famous footballer that is. He's just started branching out into luxury hotels. In fact, actually a couple of Messi did that as well. I'm not really a big football fan, but yeah, I do know some footballers that have decided to do that. Good idea. Invest your money wisely. Mickey, have I been to Northern Ireland at the Titanic Hotel? No, I haven't. I have been to the Titanic Hotel in Liverpool. You should do Skegness once again. Travelodge has been built. It will have a Starbucks too. Mr. Cyberheart, I am planning to go back to Skegness. I was gutted to hear that the Premier Inn in Skegness had some previous issues with BBs, which, as you know, freaks me out. So I don't know whether I'll be returning there anytime soon. Thank you so much, Miamisburg Jay, for gifting a membership. Appreciate that. Have I been to Cornwall? Can I say hello to my son Luke? Hello Luke. Hope you're good. Have I been on Eurostar? Casper's just decided to walk in. You want to come and say hello quickly, darling? No? I like the fact that Gabby's just standing there like pretending not to be seen, but I can see you. You can come in if you want. Come say hello. Any trips of travelling with a toddler, going on a first plane this year with a 2-year-old? All I can say is make sure that you bring some kind of tablet with you, because believe me, it does wonders. A lot of the time you'll find that they'll fall asleep, especially as the motion starts going. We did with Casper, didn't we? He always used to fall asleep quite quickly.
Yeah.
Which was a bit of a godsend. But yeah, books and it depends how long your trip is. What's the longest trip we've done with him?
I'm trying to think. Probably Canaries.
About 4 or 5 hours. The longest trip we've done with Casper. You and your little string vest. Remind me of like Rabsy Nesbit.
He's really hot, so we took his pyjama top off.
He's in his little vest. I absolutely love that. But yeah,
we just wanted to come and say hi anyway.
Hello.
Didn't mean to interrupt.
That's all right. Have we been on Eurostar? No, we haven't yet, actually. I keep meaning to take Gaby to the Ritz in Paris.
Ooh.
But
I'm not going to say no to that one.
But as you know, Paris and bedbugs and me, well, I'm sure they'll be all right, won't they?
Should we say bye, Daddy?
Are you going?
Say bye, Daddy.
Say see you in a minute. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye to everyone.
Say bye-bye.
Bye. This is what he does. So I edit here, right? And Casper will come in, look, and he takes my hand and he just pulls me and he wants me to go. Don't you? I can't right now, darling, because I'm doing a live stream.
Got to do some work.
So I'll see you in a minute, okay?
You got Mummy from now on. Take Mummy.
Money. He calls Gaby money. It's so
Take
cute.
money. Take money.
Vera, a mattress protector is not the same as a mattress encasement, and that depends. Would you do some budget hotels in London? It'd be nice to see more hotels within London.
Daddy.
See?
Say bye, Daddy.
Bye-bye, darling. See you in a minute. He's saying bye-bye.
Say bye-bye, Daddy. Say thank you. Say thank you.
Bless him. He's learning new words all the time at the minute.
Thank you.
He's acting all shy.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye-bye, Casper.
Bye.
Will you ever go to East Asia like China, South Korea and Japan? There are lots of great hotels out there. Skillist, yes, that is the plan. Where are we? How many thumbs up have we got? Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. It does help me out enormously if you are watching on the live. He is gorgeous, yeah. Donna P, I have done my first cruise and I did it. It was crazy, really, because I did it in November last year. And I did it for, I think it was 48 hours. And it was a cruise from Miami over to the Bahamas. And I didn't realise how close the Bahamas was to Miami. You know, a short boat ride. And the experiences on the channel were obviously worst rated cruise. And I thought if I'm going to do the first cruise, I should start at the bottom and at least work my way up. And that cruise was very interesting in so many ways. But what I was gutted about it is that my first ever trip to the Bahamas, I said to Gaby, oh, I'm taking a cruise to the Bahamas. She was like, oh my God, wow, I bet that'd be amazing. If you watch the video, it was not the best weather. And where they docked in the Bahamas was probably a very cheap place to park. So there was no view and it was actually quite away from anywhere else on Grand Bahama. So yeah, it was definitely an experience, but I am planning to do another cruise. And if you know of any other worst rated cruises, let me know. We'll talk about the worst rated hotels as well, because I do get always questions about, worst rated cruises and worst rated hotels. The thing is that there's only so many worst rated hotels out there. So I'd like to sprinkle them in where I can. Also, one of the biggest hotel brands in the UK that is responsible for some of the most beautiful grand hotels that also happen to be worst rated, apparently have my name or my picture up. And I've had mixed bits of information from people, some saying that I've been told to always get an upgrade if I ever do go into one of those hotels, and some have said not to let me in to some of those hotels. So, and I've tried you can't go with an alias because when you book with your credit card or something like that, it has to have your name on it, and then they ask for your ID when you go in. So it's a bit difficult to do that unless I get Gaby to do it, but then that's always difficult for Gaby to come with me on these trips. I've also thought about where you can't get out like doing a disguise because they need to see your ID. So yeah, Craig, definitely that would be an amazing. Oh, sorry, where did that go? That would be definitely an amazing idea. You just can't take children, as far as I know. I'll be travelling on my toddler on premium economy flight, but thinking of paying for fast track VIP security. Have you experienced this? Thanks so much for the support. It depends because I think a little bit of the fast track security can be a bit of a rip-off because at busy times a lot of other people also do go through VIP fast track security, and it's not always the fastest. Sometimes it is. But I've made the mistake before where I went on holiday, and I did this a couple of years ago. We thought, yeah, we're going to go through VIP security, pay the extra. And of course, it's not until you get to the airport, you know how busy it's going to be. And ironically that day, going through security was absolutely dead. So we paid to go extra through the VIP security, and we didn't need to. And then I tried to get a refund, and well, that didn't work either. So, hello, Tracy. USA Madonna Inn in St. Louis, Obispo. Are you talking about a hotel there that I should try? Thanks for the recommendation. This is a good question. Do I ever contribute to TripAdvisor? I do. And I always do like to leave a good review on TripAdvisor, because what's really good about that, if you've ever left a review on TripAdvisor, is that you get interaction from other people that say, oh, your review was good or it helped them. But you have to take TripAdvisor with a pinch of salt, because when you go and look at a hotel or an apartment or wherever you're going to stay, you go and look at the star rating, and then you look at the excellent reviews to the terrible reviews. And what you've got to do is look at the terrible reviews and see what people are moaning about. Because I've stayed at some hotels where people are moaning about the most stupidest things that don't even warrant. I mean, I know when I do a review on a video that I point all this out, but I don't think I'd ever go on TripAdvisor and go, well, I'll take a close-up photo of a mark right at the corner of the bottom of a door, and then literally diss the whole hotel and just put, this is disgusting, and then, yeah, so you have to take each one by its merit. I would always say do your research, to be honest. But I've stayed at hotels where they've had awful ratings and then actually haven't been that bad. And you deep dive into why, like, for example, people might be moaning about the sound, or there might be an issue with one of the lifts, but the rooms and the pools and everything else are really nice. So that was a good question. Thanks for that. Yes, I'd like to think so. It's my mum's 80th. Say hello to Jean, please, Tim. Happy birthday, Jean. Will you come to Bournemouth again? I've followed you and Gaby since the start and love Bournemouth. Casper's adorable. Did our first cruise last year. How did you like? Was it good? Which kind of cruise did you go on? Because it's a minefield with cruises. And no, for someone who's never done a cruise before, like myself, when I was looking at cruises, you're like, I don't know where to start. You always think to start, I'm going to go and start like with one of the biggest, bestest cruise ships and work my way down. But there's luxury cruises that you can do. There's quick cruises that you can do. There's cruises that go from the UK. There's cruises that you have to fly. And I think that for me, a lot of the confusing things is when you have to, you see the price for a cruise and you're like, oh, actually, that's okay. And then you realise you have to fly over somewhere else to get it, and then you add the price on of the flights, and then you're like, oh my god, this is actually turning out to be really expensive. So it's always good to check the small print, or just go to a good old travel agent. They don't exist much anymore, but what happens now is all these travel agencies like our travel consultants from home, because I get people messaging me all the time and say, I'm a travel consultant, I can do all your travel for you and stuff like that. So even though you can't go to many travel agents anymore, you can still go through one of these people that will actually, if you're not feeling a bit nervous about doing it, they'll do everything for you. Flying out of Stansted next March to Cyprus, would you recommend the lounge at Stansted? If I'm being honest, no, because it isn't that much better. The food, I think it was number one lounge I've done before. Some airports have better lounges than others. Some people like them, some people don't. I mean, if you want to go, and the thing is if you go during the school holidays in one of these lounges, everyone's doing it for a treat. And so it will be really busy in there. There won't be much food. There'll be kids running around everywhere, and it probably won't be your best experience. That's the experience that I've had with a few lounges. Now, obviously, if you're doing a lounge through your airline, they're a little bit different. But when you pay for those extra lounges, sometimes they can get really busy. Tell me if you agree with that or not. Hi, Tim. When are you going to go and do Fawlty Towers in Great Yarmouth? We have mentioned that before, haven't we? Hi, Tim. It's Victoria from Bournemouth. Follow Ben and David. They cruise all the time. 16 years experience. Believe they have. I have heard of those guys, actually. Have I ever? Oh, don't. You're putting it out there now. I almost did, yes. And I realised that I was at the wrong gate for a flight, and I thought that was the flight that was going, but luckily it wasn't. And my flight was delayed because it was Ryanair. There you go. How long do you leave it to get to the gate? Well, if you're traveling solo, like I do, and I have one bag, so say, for example, I think tomorrow I've got a flight at 2:30. The gate closes probably at about, I don't know, 1:15. I'll aim to get there, which most of the time works out, an hour before the gate closes. Because when you travel a lot, obviously, being at the airport kind of then starts to do your head in a little bit. Whereas when you are like going on holiday, you want to get to the airport and experience it. Like I used to love it. I used to get to Gaby used to hate it because I used to want to get to the airport like, 3-4 hours before one flight to get in the experience and feel like, because it's part of your holiday for a lot of people. But when you travel a lot more, you kind of just want to get in and out as quickly as possible. So now I'll always book the car park that's nearest to the airport so I can literally get in, go straight into security. And the worst place for security I've found in the UK airport-wise is definitely Stansted. No matter what time I go through there, really ridiculously early in the morning, late at night. I guess middle of the day is a little bit okay, but coming back through there is just crazy. But also, if you're traveling with children coming back, you've probably seen it for Luton, actually, and most of the UK airports. When you're traveling with kids, the delays at immigration is just a joke. It really is. And they have like 2 people on, and then there's like a plane full of like 200 people come off, and there's 2 people on. And obviously, when you're traveling with a family and kids, they have to take their time. So that's the only downside to, I would say, traveling with kids during the school holidays in Stansted Airport. Please read Richard's comment. This one? Oh, here we go. Richard, you've contacted me. Well done. Which is your favourite worst rated hotel? Also, please read this about the slippers. I'm going to resend my address, but I've already sent it. Can you please double check that you don't have the email? Richard, I will do it now. Hopefully you sent it to the email that I did say on Christmas Eve, which is walkwithmetim, all one word, @gmail.com. I'm checking now and I still haven't got an email. Richard, as a backup, please send me, if you're on Facebook or on Instagram, a private message on Walk With Me Tim Facebook page, okay? Because at the minute, I still have not got an email from you, Richard. So please make sure that you send it through one of those other social media message PMs. That'd be good. Can you say hello to Adam and Chloe from Tamworth? Big fans, mate. Love your content. Keep up the good work. Appreciate that. Can you go on Icon of the Seas this year? It's the largest cruise ship in the world. Yes, I am definitely planning to do something like that. So people say, how often do I book my trips, right? So I'm going to show you this because it's on my desk right now. So my handwriting is atrocious, by the way, and I apologise. But this is what I was planning my Singapore trip in. And what I do is I work out how many days I need to be there in order to film the hotels, the flight going over, And then I go about booking the flight first, then booking each individual hotel. I mean, I scan the hotels first to see if there's availability. But when I'm going over to Singapore, I'm also going over to visit this this incredible city that they've spent like over 100 million on, and hardly nobody lives there. So yeah, I'll be checking that out. And I've just seen that Roy and Hella highly recommend Banff Village in Canada. There is a hotel. I think it's Banff Springs. Is it? 2 hours from Calgary. I have seen that, and I was planning to do that before Christmas. Do I use noise cancelling headphones or earplugs when flying solo? I do, actually. And I'll just show you. These are the ones that I use at the minute. There's actually a sponsorship coming up with these, so that's a good idea to feature them. Thank you, Ben. Barry, you're very kind. For more salmon on cruise. You need to experience doing a camping holiday. So I said to Gaby, I'm planning a trip over in the US where I hire a camper van and I go across the States. Will you come with me? It will be really cool, be really fun, really exciting. And Gaby's like, no way, I don't want to do camping one. Honestly, after the last time that I took her on a camping trip, stroke caravan holiday, she did not like it. So I don't want to torture her again, but I will always try and see if she will. How long does it take you to visit and film a hotel? Wendy, it normally takes me around about 24 to 36 hours, depending on where it is. So normally when, that knocking is Casper. Normally when I arrive at a hotel, you can't obviously check in until 3 o'clock. So then you film it, then you go out to dinner, you film that, then you go to bed, you wake up early then to go and do the spa or the pool, because obviously you don't want to do that while there's people in there, so you have to get out incredibly early. And then you film your breakfast, then you get out. So it does take all of your time up. I wish that I could say that there's time there where I just get to relax on the bed, and 9 times out of 10 I get to bed before like 10 o'clock, so I could be up really early. That's Casper who's trying to get in. Hi Tim, you should try the Norwegian cruise. We're going 1st of April. Super excited. It's from Southampton. Thanks for the tip.
Hi, Daddy.
Hello. He's got his pajamas on now. They're like your Christmas pajamas, aren't they? You look so cool. Has he been to the toilet?
I don't know, has he?
I think he has. And you just come in and sat on Daddy. Yay! Mwah. Go and see Mummy. Yeah, that was quite a waft then that followed him in. Banff does good sake too. Yes, we tried sake for the first time. It wasn't really our cup of tea. It was all right. Some of the wine that we had though, the rice wine, wow, I was really blown away by. Good evening, Ian. Hope you're well. Just wondered how much do you have to film to put together, say, a 30-minute vlog? Keep up the good work. Looking forward to your next adventures. It's a good question, Ian. A lot of the time, obviously, when I'm filming on my camera, I'll probably have maybe an hour to 2 hours, if not more footage to go through. Hang on a second. I just need to shut this door because Casper's left it open. Yeah, I have to go through a lot of the footage. Obviously, I try and film as much as I can because obviously you can't go back and film. So I film as much as I can. Depends on who you are. Some people say, no, I only film what I need to and then come back and I know you've got an idea in your head, like a timeline about how you want it to look. So I do all the B-roll and I don't do so much walking away from the camera and picking it up now because there's this whole big cliche thing about travel YouTubers doing that. I don't know why, but there is. But it's what you have to do when you are traveling and filming on your own. Thank you so much, Belvedere, for hiding that. That was a good question, but I can't read that out. Have you ever just filmed with your iPhone in the maximum video settings? I think it'd be easier to edit and quality as good as your Osmo thing. I don't have an iPhone, so I can't. I only have a Samsung, and they're not... I find that the video quality probably better with an iPhone, to be honest, but they're not so easy to get your footage over because I edit on an iMac. Can you give a shout out to Norfolk YouTubers? Racing Tiger. And Rock Up Racing from North Walsham. Hello, fellow Norfolkers. Is that a word? Norfolkers? That sounds wrong, doesn't it? Oh, here we go. I for pie. What's the best hotel you've stayed in? Raffles, Doha, looked at it. Yeah, I think that's still up there at the minute. Okay, so that's an interesting question. Jack, I think I might leave that one out. Samsung are the best. Interesting. Well, I don't know. Have I ever been to North Devon? Yes. Premier Inn or Holiday Inn? It used to be a Premier Inn. Now I would actually say Holiday Inn. Graham, hi. What's your opinion of Mallorca? We are going in May. We'll have all your videos from Graham, Holly, Harry and Jacob. Thank you so much for your support. Mallorca is lovely. It is huge. It's so much bigger than you realise. Definitely hire a car. Check out Alcudia and check out some of the north parts of the island. They're really nice. But yeah, it's one of those places where as you're coming into land, you're going, oh my God, I can't believe it's this big. And travelling from one side of the island to the other can be very long, actually. A good couple of hours in the car. Somebody sent me a paid message asking tips for starting travelling and filming for YouTube. What do you mean somebody sent a paid message? Oh, sorry, have I missed that? Did I miss that one? I thought I did answer that one. Any tips though? Sorry if I did miss that. I got it up on my computer. Maybe it dropped out on the Wi-Fi there, so I do apologise if I did. Any tips for starting out travelling and filming YouTube? Well, I'll tell you something. Somebody sent a message to me the other day and they said, I'm going to take out a loan of £5,000. I'm buying all my equipment and I'm going to film some videos and I'll make the money back, won't I? And then I can start filming like you do. And I did reply to that email, and the only advice that I gave them is obviously I am not going to give you any advice whether to do that or not, but all I would say is that, you know, I wish everything was that easy and that simple. So be cautious. You might be lucky, you might not. So I would say if you wanted to start a travel YouTube channel, go ahead, go for it. Just start off slow. Don't go too crazy too fast, because just because you're going to go and do like a hotel or an expensive place, it doesn't mean that people are going to watch it. Some of the videos that I filmed, and I'm like, that'll be a positive reaction to that. People will want to watch that, and then your video doesn't do that well, and you're like, oh. And then sometimes you'll do a throwaway video, and it will get 1 million views. So YouTube and the algorithm works in mysterious ways. So all I would say is, yeah, don't like get a loan out to do. Don't be stupid like that. I mean, just only do what you can afford and just do it slowly. Maybe if you're going on a family holiday, vlog that, see how it goes, and get the feel for it. But I do get those messages all the time from people. Richard, I've sent my address on with email with the title of slippers. Please, can you confirm you've received it? Richard, I still have not received... Oh, hang on, I have. Richard, I have now received your email. Why? Hang on a second. So you've just copied and pasted the email that you sent on the 24th and the 7th. So I don't understand why until now I've just got it, but I have got it and I've got your address and I'll be sending them to you. So thanks, Richard, for that. Please go to the Grove in Watford and try the UK's most expensive buffet. Wow. Are those slippers made of gold? No, they're not. But they are money can't buy items. Now, Harry, no, I would not. No, I would not. I couldn't think of anything worse. Just heard you gave us a shout out. Come visit us at Coastal Motorsport in North Walsham. Let's do a track day. That sounds good. Tim, me and my girlfriend Abby always watch your videos. Any more videos on the worst rated? Love from Manchester. There will be some worst rated ones coming up from maybe not the UK though, but there will be some coming up. Thoughts of the Venetian at Las Vegas? We're getting married there in May. Lucy, the Venetian is beautiful. obviously quite expensive. But what's great about the Venetian is the waterways in there. However, for the last few years though, there don't seem to be as many boats out there and as many people getting dressed up like they used to do. But I still think it's a good place. Any plans to return to Cyprus? Philip, I had a holiday in Cyprus. Gaby booked year before last. And yeah, we didn't get the best weather, but Cyprus is lovely and I do need to return back to there. What camera equipment editing software do you use? I film on a DJI Pocket 2 and I edit with Final Cut Pro X. So videos that are coming up. So yeah, if you're a big fan of The Sound of Music, you should like this hotel that I'm planning to stay in. There will be more of why you should visit videos and travel vlogs coming up. And one of those will be Singapore, which will be happening in the next couple of weeks. There's some very interesting videos coming up from there. It's my first time visiting, so we'll be going through the experience together. There is some very famous places to stay over there, and there's some really weird laws. Like, I didn't know that chewing gum or taking chewing gum over to Singapore is illegal and can actually get you in prison. Yeah, and apparently if you don't flush the toilet over in Singapore, there's also a fine there. So yeah, there's quite a lot to take in whilst going to Singapore. I'm thinking of going to Pontins in Hemsby with my wife. What's it like? Alex, that deserves the lol comment of the day. Sorry if you're not aware, but Hemsby Pontins closed down a long time ago. In fact, now you can actually buy a house in one of those previous chalets and it still looks like a Pontins site. So that if you're obsessed with Pontins, you'll like it. Kate, yes, hoping to, definitely. Hi, thanks, Karen. Oh, where did you go? Hi, Tim and Gaby. Big fan of you both and little Casper. Means a lot. Thank you, Karen. Long time subscriber. Your content is excellent. Happy to see you coming up, Tim. 20 legend. Appreciate that. Pontins Hemsby is better now that it's closed. That's up for debate. Have you ever thought of a job as a hotel inspector, which is basically what you do with your honest opinions? I don't know, because hotel inspectors check for the whole health and safety thing rather than just my weird eye for things, to be honest. So probably not. Doesn't sound as glamorous as it sounds, does it? I'll be watching my family. It's Christina, John, Christina and Nima. Thank you so much for your support. I hope I said that right. Tim, I don't understand how you sleep on a stained, bug-infested mattress after pointing it out to us. Have I? I've slept on a mattress that has been grim, yes, but I try not to think about it. Hello from the US, love your content. Have you considered upgrading to the DJI Pocket 3? That's what this is here. The only reason why I don't use that so much is the screen on it is too big and it creates too much attention when I'm filming. In a lot of these expensive high-end hotels, you need to be a little bit more conservative. So that's the only reason why I don't. Otherwise, I would film on it all the time. Yes, Harrington, maybe around autumn time. Can I get a massive shout out? Where did that go? Can I get a massive shout out? Greg from GLA. Hello, Greg. What did I used to do on the radio? I used to be a radio presenter. Tim, would suit a cabin crew job? I think I probably would. Has anyone looked at you funny when you leave your camera behind when you film your B-roll walking down corridors? Yes, and once someone tried to steal it. And I didn't capture it on camera either because I hadn't pressed record. Because the thing with these cameras is what's great is that you set it up and then the microphone that goes on you here, you can then start recording so you're not wasting too much of your memory. And I literally set it up, walked away from it, and as I turned around, somebody literally just picked it up. But they didn't run, they literally picked it up and started walking. And I was like, all these things go on in your head going, what the hell's going on? Why are they not running with it, first of all, if you're stealing it? So yeah, I'm just going to go and I just took it off them and they didn't say anything. It was a very weird situation. and I didn't do anything else. And I kind of was just thankful that I got my camera back, because I'd filmed a lot of stuff already on the camera. So I was more worried about getting the memory card back. Do you have much trouble filming in high-end hotels from staff? Wendy, no, but what I do is obviously I respect the privacy of obviously the staff and the people that are staying in these hotels. And if anyone gets too close to the camera when you see their face, I always blur it out. And the Ritz, for example, when I filmed in London, they said, your video is fine, just please make sure. And this was very early on when I was doing these high-end hotels. So now I just, as a rule of thumb, I always blur out people's faces, whether they ask it or not. When are you coming to Canada? Sometime very soon, Aaron. So watch this space. Has this hobby become your full-time, where's that gone? Is it your full-time job? Do you still have to work around it, Caroline? No, this is now my full-time job. Hi, Tim. Did you work as a haven mate before you did radio and YouTube? Sue, yes, I did. Beverly's going to Sandy Balls. I love that. It's a holiday park that Gabby's uncle actually owns. Yeah. Do you ask permission, like, say, by the swimming pool? So what's weird about that is if you film inside a swimming pool in the UK, people are very weird about that because they think you're doing something that you're not. So you can't really film inside swimming pools in the UK. That being said, I only ever film inside these pools really early in the morning when no one else is in there. Outside swimming pools, obviously, it's a little bit different. Why is that? Why is it weird for indoor, but it's fine for the outdoor? You could say the same about being on the beach. You know, an inside swimming pool, people frown upon it. No, you can't be filming, no. And they put glass up, like at our local swimming pool. There's the windows. We live in a weird world now. The windows that face out, so you can't look into the swimming pool, are now frosted over, right? But you can go on the beach and see those same people wearing the same things on the beach. It's a weird world we live in. So yeah, it's a very, it's a good question that you ask about filming in swimming pools. So hopefully that got your answer.
Cousin, not uncle. You always think
Sorry?
my cousins are my aunties and my uncles. It's really weird.
Sorry, it's because he's quite old and you're still quite young.
I was going to love that.
No, sorry. I don't know why. It's because you look similar age, and so sorry. No.
No, I really, Tim.
I'm digging a hole here, so I'm not going to say anything else. I don't think.
not getting any tonight.
No. Pardon?
Casper.
Getting any coffee or tea? Amy says, "Would you do a vlog of Dunstan Hall?" First time we stayed there, it was lovely. Yeah, I did. We stayed at Dunstan Hall recently. That is actually owned by Britannia Hotels. Looking forward to seeing Gaby at a gig next month, apparently. What's the biggest shower you've had in a hotel? All right, we'll just answer just a couple more quickly. Craig, the biggest hotel shower I've ever had was at the highest hotel in the world that I stayed in Dubai. See, there you go. As soon as Gaby goes, he wants to go with her. Any plans to visit Mexico? Yes, in the near future. Well, it's okay because I'm going to wrap it up now because it's getting a little bit crazy.
I didn't mean to.
It's all right. Don't worry, though. Coming up this weekend, you'll see more of Gaby and Casper as well as we stay in the London's only billion-dollar hotel. And also, I will be staying in London's oldest luxury hotel. And then, of course, we'll be doing the Sound of Music Hotel in Austria. And then we're off to Singapore. As always, I appreciate the feedback. So if you've got any ideas about hotels or places that I should visit, drop them in the comments, send me a PM, send me an email. I always read them, as many as I can anyway. So I appreciate your feedback on that, as always. Thank you so much for the support tonight. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody out there that did send me a message. Mandy, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. Yeah, so thanks so much for everyone that was watching tonight. If you didn't already, please make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you're watching on replay. And I will see you on Friday. Good evening.